Hi, Tom Buckley here from the Education Innovation team in HAS. We have, in the last 6 months, changed the way that we manage content on Panopto. It's gone from being primarily an event capture system, and it'll be moving more towards a content management system. I'm not expecting you to know at this stage what that means in practice, but it does have a really big impact on the kind of workflows we use to manage content on there. And by the end of this video, you'll see why it's a big deal and why we need to talk about it. So I put this together in a little bit of a rush. Hopefully there'll be some more formal guidance on Blackboard very quickly to cover the frequently asked questions that kind of pushed us towards this video. But any other questions about this video, please send them to me, and my email is in the bio. So we're going to be talking about kind of three things. You as a video creator, the green course, the one with the slightly rounded corners, is the Panopto folder, and the grey box at the end is the Blackboard module, and they look like this in practice. You creating content through the recorder, then the green course in the middle is the folder that you're recording to on Panopto, usually a module folder. And lastly, how this is surfaced on Blackboard. So you have two ways of surfacing on Blackboard here. You have on the left of the screen here, if you just put a digest of all the recordings inside Blackboard via an event tool link, or you have the more usual way of having individual video links all the way through the module. So that's what we're going to be dealing with. So this is how Panopto works. You start with the permissions coming from the Blackboard course on the right hand side. So when you provision a Panopto folder, or when you set it up for the first time, which most of us don't have to do, it links permissions to a course folder, the module, the big bucket that we saw at the start. It's an area on Panopto that's directly linked to this course to capture content for this course and to give the permissions to those people on that course to see this content. That includes staff. So once this folder is set up, the staff will also have permission to view content within the Panopto module. They'll also have the ability to see the folder when they go to create some content. So it'll be in that drop down. And we start following this round. So the folder gives permission to staff to see, the Blackboard course gives permission to staff to see the folder. That makes the folder appear in the recorder. Staff can record videos. It appears in the Panopto folder, and then at some stage they have to put it onto Blackboard itself. And that looks like this. So staff have permissions to make videos. They start accruing videos here, which students automatically get to see as soon as it's in this folder. Something that people aren't really that cognizant of. Students don't really know that they can see it there, and probably we don't tell them, well, we didn't tell them in the past, we will be telling them now, that Panopto folder kind of exists on its own. Usually we start populating the course with those videos, and because the students have permissions to see this folder, they can view the videos that have been put on the course. So in the more traditional sense, you set up a course on Blackboard, you set up and provision a Panopto folder, you start capturing your lectures, and people who had the opportunity to attend those lectures have the opportunity to see the recordings. Nice and simple, makes perfect sense, was a nice way to frame it in the beginning. However, that's not necessarily what we're using it for, especially since the pivot in spring. We no longer have face-to-face lectures we're capturing. We're doing something slightly different. How would the students be able to see this? Well, they actually have an app. I don't know how many of them use it. I haven't got any stats on that. But it appears like this on a mobile phone. They get to see weekly additions to the folders they have permissions to see. So they have something they can pick up on their phone, just press play, and they'll have the videos they can scroll through on without actually having to engage with Blackboard if they don't want to. Obviously, we don't encourage that. It will be digested in their Panopto module. So they went directly to Panopto, they'd have a list of all the videos they're allowed to see on their homepage, and they'd be able to browse through courses that they're attached to. And how it's probably surfaced on Blackboard, as we saw before, is either a big list of digested courses or individual links throughout the Blackboard. So that's a student's experience. You have 3 ways to kind of consume it. It's all very simple. They're all in one folder on Panopto. And this is where we come into some troubles. So we have this course and it's finished. Blooming successful. All the recordings were viewed by students and it's all been fine. However, it's over now. So we go to set up a new course for the next cohort. We get our Blackboard folder, we copy the content across from Blackboard as usual, including the Panopto recordings, and we have the same workflow that we would do for the original course. And if we follow it through, this Blackboard course gives permission to this Panopto folder, it gives the staff permission to record to that Panopto file folder and serve that content to students through the course. And so when they do that and they make new recordings, that folder starts to be populated and you start surfacing it on the course. The problem is these videos from number 1. They're not in this folder here, they're in this folder here. The students from this course can't see that folder there, they don't have the permissions because the way it's set up is this course here will have the ability, so this course here has the ability to see this folder, not that folder. Sorry for my screen annotations, never been known as an artist. And what the students will experience is this. Lots and lots and lots of request accesses, and what the staff will experience is that too. That's because we're starting to use Panopto rather than to capture events. We're starting to use it as making content and managing that content to students. So on the right hand side you'll see here quite a simple way that we do event captures. You have the course 2, you have the Panopto folder, I've just put it a slightly different way around, and you have recordings in the Panopto folder surfaced in the course 2. However, life isn't that simple. We have different instructors in the course, we have different practice that we're copying over. So we could have had a course video from course 1 shared. So rather than copied, they want to share. They've shared it to the course 2. The video appears on course 2, has the permissions for students to see it, but it's gone through a slightly different process to get there. Or we could have people using their My folders to set up open permissions on the video. So again, the second way where we've just gone to the original video rather than the course modules or Blackboard, and we set the permissions there, and we put it on the Blackboard course. Or someone, video creator, could have made something on a completely different course, said, hey Johnny, do you want to use this video? I've set the permissions to open, here's the link. What you'll see is none of this impacts the Panopto folder for the course. So although it might work for students, will have this kind of experience, I believe. Not all the because not all videos are in that content folder on Panopto, not all videos will be surfaced on the app. They won't be in the big list of videos on the module on Panopto. Why? Because they're not in that folder. They've been surfaced from other places, served from other places. Of course, they will still be on the video link because you've set them up to do that. So if you have this area here, if you're adding them individually, they'll still be surfaced in the module, and if you've done it all correctly, you'll find a way to make it work for the students so they don't have to request access all the time. Not a great experience though. So here I am. I have the original course that we made that I'm going to copy. It's done now. We've got a new run. I'm going to copy over on Blackboard as before. This is the Panopto folder that's been provisioned with all the students' permissions to see it. I'm going to copy the content on Panopto. We'll go on to how to do that. It's a very important step. All of the content I want from the original course, I'm going to copy on Panopto into the new modules Panopto folder. And I'm going to delete the links on the course to the videos from the original run because they won't work. They're pointing to the wrong folder. I'm going to repopulate with links to the videos in the new folder. You might think that's a bit of a faff. I think it's a bit of a faff. It's the way it is. I'm sorry. And of course, you'll be making new videos and adding it on to Blackboard. How do you do that? Next up, we're just going to do a short demonstration of how to copy videos on Panopto, just so we can completely close this circle. Okay, hi. So we're in Panopto. In this case, it's my folder. You'll see when I hover over a video thumbnail, which is this image, a little box appears here. This allows you to select a video. However, we're going to select all videos because we're doing a massive copy from one course to another. I'm going to assume that the course that I've got is perfect. I want to keep all those videos. I spent ages on them. They're perfected. I'm going to make sure that I can see all the videos on this one page. So you'll see at the bottom is results per page, which is quite a popular way of saying how many things do I see on screen at one time. I'm going to press 150 because I know I definitely don't have 150 videos in here. I'm going to go back to hover over the thumbnail. I'm going to click on the top one, and rather than going individually and clicking all of them, the system now knows that I'm looking to select videos, so it gives me the ability to select all. So by ticking or unticking that box, I can select or unselect all. So I'm now going to, well, now I've selected all, press copy at the top and select which folder it's going into from the list. It's as simple as that, really. You're just picking up all the videos from one place, selecting them all, pressing copy and putting them into the new Panopto folder. The work comes with allocating the links on the Blackboard course itself. Joining me for this video and tolerating my lockdown hair. If you have any questions about this or you think things that are wrong in the video, please give me an email. As I said, the link is in the bio.